Okay, good day. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to PMF Migration Book Club. Yes, this is our first live YouTube session, and today we will be addressing some of the topics on our week's read, chosen week's read, alongside addressing certain pilot programs in Canada. Okay, so before we get to today's agenda, let's wait a few minutes for other persons to join the live before we proceed. Sorry for the delay, but we are waiting for few more persons to join the live before we proceed. Okay, I see one more person has joined. Welcome for joining us. Welcome to PMEB's Migration Book Club. Yes, welcome to PMEB's Migration Book Club. Yeah, our main aim is to educate you on the basic requirements of various countries alongside their visa categories, basic requirements, eligibility, and all other information you need to know before you proceed with your immigration journey. Yes, so let us wait a few minutes for more persons to join our live. Then we proceed with today's agenda. Okay, so let me just talk us through the agenda for today. The agenda for today is answering questions. I know you all must have pen down your questions from topics on our previous week reads and all. And also today we will be talking about pilot programs for Canada. So once it is 4:20, we will kickstart the program. We are just waiting for a few more persons to join the live so we can proceed. Okay, so welcome once again to PMEB's Migration Book Club. Here we aim to educate individuals regarding visa categories across multiple countries, as also the basic requirements and all you need to know to avoid you getting misleading information online or you being scammed by certain agents. So I will be starting up today's agenda. Today's agenda is answering questions from a previous read and also discussing on the pilot programs available in certain provinces in Canada. So since we have no questions here, let's just start up with the pilot program. So today, the first province we'll be treating is Ontario. We all know Ontario is in Canada, and under Ontario, we have the Ontario Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Scheme. So this immigration scheme, this program is designed to attract skilled workers and newcomers to settle in specific rural and northern communities in Ontario. So if you are a person who is not all that big on settling in large urban areas like Toronto, Hamilton, and the likes, you might want to consider this particular program. So this program, to be eligible, you must have a valid job offer from a pre-approved employer in that province, particularly from a participating community, yeah, in that province. Also, you must meet the minimum requirements for federal skilled worker program. And so under that, we have the age requirements, and ideally it is for persons who are within the age of 18 to 30. That does not mean persons above 30 won't be qualified or won't be given or appointed points regarding the age factor. Also, we have education. So if you've obtained a post-secondary diploma, certificate, or degree, making sure they are up to par with the Canadian standard, you are good to go. Also, if you have experience, work experience of up to a year in the past 10 years, yes, continuous work experience, you also qualify for this particular program. Also, language proficiency, if you have for the language proficiency, sorry, you would either be required to take English or French. So for the English, you know IELTS, and for the French, that's TOEFL. And also, you must be able to prove funds, that's what we call proof of funds. That's settlement of funds. You must have that to show that you are financially capable to sponsor yourself alongside dependents you would be probably taking along. Also, additional requirements, like I said, you must have a valid job offer, and also you must demonstrate you have genuine interest in that particular community in Ontario. So how do you generate this interest? You just state to them that, oh, you must have done your research on the community. You must have known what the community is about, and general information about the community, basically. And also, if you have connections, yeah, to that community of your choice, you can also state that data would also assist and help your application. So what are these participating communities under this particular pilot programs? So as of February 2024, that's this month, we have communities like North Bay, we have Timmins, we have Brandon, we have Vernon, and the likes of communities participating under this particular stream. So I know you might be wondering, oh, what do you stand to benefit as a Nigerian under this stream? Okay, so trust me, for this stream, you are going to have a faster processing time compared to when you are in the express entry pool. You know, some people tend to stay in the pool for a year plus, but under this particular stream, processing is always faster, and you potentially get a response within months from them. Also, the comprehensive ranking system score is a bit lower compared to that of express entry, which is always higher than this particular stream. Also, participating communities tend to offer settlement services to help newcomers integrate and adjust to this new life. So if you are interested in settling in the rural part of Ontario and not the popular aspect of Ontario that we all see online, you can consider this program. While we're on it, should you have any topic, you can always drop them and I'll attend to them. So moving on, we have the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. So this is a provincial nominee program designed to attract skilled workers, entrepreneurs, and international students to the province of Canada. So you might be wondering, oh, what's the difference? Here, you don't get to settle in a specific rural or northern community in Ontario. That is, you can settle anywhere in Ontario. So this program provides eligible candidates with alternate pathway to permanent residency. So under this particular stream, how do you assess your eligibility? So as a Nigerian wanting to apply for this particular stream, for this particular program rather, there are various streams, each with its own specific eligibility requirements. Some of the popular streams are the employer job offer stream. So under this stream, we have some certain streams under it. For instance, the foreign worker stream, the international student stream, as well as the in-demand stream. So for the foreign worker stream under the employer job offer stream, it is designed to attract foreign workers, foreign skilled workers, as the name implies. So once you have a valid job offer from a Canadian employer who has been pre-approved by the Canadian government, you are good to go for this particular stream. So next up, international student stream. If as an international student you graduate from any program in Canada, you can also apply for, in any program in Ontario rather, Ontario, you can always apply for this stream. All you need is a valid job offer because it is a stream under the employer job offer streams. So next up, we have the in-demand skills stream. Under this stream, tend to get, it is designed rather to attract skilled workers in specific in-demand occupations with a job offer in Toronto. So if you have a job offer rather in Ontario, so if you have a job offer in Ontario in the specific in-demand occupation, you can always consider this stream. So moving on, we have the human capital priorities stream. So this program is designed for skilled workers with required work experience, education, and language abilities. So for this stream, if you have the required and you meet the requirements for work experience, which is 1 year in the last 10 years, yes, for your work experience, you are good to go with this. Your education also, if you have a degree or a diploma or a certificate, you are good to go. Next up, we have the skilled traders stream. For this stream, it is designed for skilled workers in trade occupations. And when I talk about trade occupations, I mean persons in chef stream, chef occupation. Rather, if you are a chef, if you're a seamstress, let's say a mechanic, carpenter, construction worker, and the likes, all those trade vocational occupation, this stream is for you. You are eligible for this stream. Lastly, we have the French-speaking skilled worker stream. So this stream is designed for persons who are proficient in French and are seeking to settle in designated French-speaking communities in Ontario. So if you are fluent in French, you can always consider this stream, and you also have genuine intention of settling in one of the French-speaking communities in Ontario, you can consider this particular stream under the Ontario Rural and Northern, under the Ontario Immigrants stream. So moving on, we have the key requirements for this particular stream. What are the requirements? You need to meet the minimum eligibility state or requirements for Federal Skilled Worker Program, so which includes the age, your work experience, education, language proficiency, and you must also show proof of funds. Also, you must have a job offer from a pre-approved employer in Ontario, and you must also demonstrate rather genuine interest and connection to the chosen community you want to go into. So we are done with the second pilot program under Ontario. If you have any questions, you can always drop in the chat box and I will attend to them. So moving on, we go to Saskatchewan, yes, Saskatchewan province, and we have quite a few pilot program under this particular province. So for Saskatchewan, the first one is the International Skilled Worker Add to Fill Skills Pilot Program. Yes, International Skilled Worker Add to Fill Skills Pilot Program. So if you are an international skilled worker and you would like to work in Saskatchewan, you can always consider this particular pilot program. So this International Skilled Worker Add to Fill Skills Pilot Program is a specific stream within the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program designed to attract skilled workers, as the name implies, in occupations facing labor shortages in the province of Saskatchewan in Canada. So this program provides also an alternative pathway to permanent residency for Nigerians and other international nationals, and with relevant skilled and work experience in these specific occupations that are on labor shortage, you can always put in for this particular stream program. So what is the eligibility for this stream? You must, under this stream, you must also have a valid job offer from a pre-approved employer in Saskatchewan. Yeah, and it must be full-time, that's 30 plus hours per week, and it must be a permanent position in an occupation listed amongst that of the occupation list for Saskatchewan. So you must also meet the minimum education requirements for your specific occupation, and you must also make sure that the certification or degree or diploma is up to par with that of Canadian standard. Although the educational credential assessment is not mandatory, is not required, but it is encouraged to also boost your chances. Also, you must have at least 1 year of continuous skilled work experience in the past 3 years in the occupation listed in your job offer. So for instance, if your job offer is for managerial position, you must have had at least 1 year previous work experience in the past 3 years in that particular field. Also, you must demonstrate proficiency in English or French at the Canadian language. Sorry, at the Canadian language benchmark level 4. Yes, or French. So you must also meet the settlement funds requirement to support yourself and any dependents upon arrival in Saskatchewan. So if you visit this website, you tend to see the settlement funds requirements. So usually for this kind of program, for your proof of funds should be for a single person should be around 13,737. Yes, that's in Canadian dollars. What you need to show. So what are the important points to be taken in this particular program? So this pilot has limited number of nominations. Yeah, you should also know that they are only available for certain periods in a year. It's not frequently opened, unlike other pilot programs that are always available, let's say every 3 months, 2 months, weekly, and so on. And also, you should also know that the list of occupations under this stream changes frequently. So you should also familiarize yourself with the upcoming changes for this particular pilot program. That is, if you are interested in living and settling in Saskatchewan. Also, you should note that if you're a remote worker, your work experience won't be eligible for this program. What do I mean by that? For persons who work as project managers, yes, work under project management, and you work remotely, your work experience won't count towards this particular program. So what do you stand to benefit under this program as a Nigerian? As earlier said, compared to express entry, the processing time is faster compared to express entry. Also, the comprehensive ranking system for this program is a bit low compared to the cutoff mark of that of the express entry. Also, it guarantees a pathway to permanent residency once you receive an invitation to apply a nomination from Saskatchewan. So moving on, we have the Saskatchewan Human Capital Pilot Program. This is another program within the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program designed to attract skilled workers to the province of Saskatchewan. So while this is different from the previous one we just finished discussing, it also offers alternate pathway to permanent residency for Nigerians and other international individuals with specific skill sets and qualifications. So what is the eligibility criteria? So for this particular pilot program, you must have a valid express entry profile in the federal pool. Unlike the previous one, you just need to have a job offer from a pre-approved employer in Saskatchewan. But this particular human capital pilot program, you need to be in the pool. You need to have a valid profile in the pool to be eligible for this program. Also, you must meet the minimum comprehensive ranking score for that particular program. So let's say, for instance, the program is opened and they rank their cutoff score for 420. You must meet that particular cutoff score. And also you must have at least 1 year of continuous skilled work experience in the past 3 years in the occupation you got under the National Occupation Classification List. Yeah, you must have 1 year experience in the past 3 years. You must also meet the settlement requirements. Okay, so sorry, Chief Styling Outlook. I welcome to PMEV Migration Book Club. Welcome, welcome. So if you have questions, you can always drop it in the chat box. Once I see, I address them immediately. Thank you. So also, what do you benefit as a Nigerian in this program? Yeah, you tend to, the processing time is always faster. Trust me, unlike express entry. Like I earlier stated, you hear persons say they've been in the pool for over a year plus, some 2 years, some 3 years they are in the pool. They are in the pool waiting for them to get an invitation to apply. But going through a stream like this, you tend to get a faster processing time. Yes, they tend to respond to you in months. For Saskatchewan, within 3-4 months, you get a response from the province regarding your application. Also, it's having a nomination from this province will also increase your chances to get an invitation to apply in the express entry pool. So, this particular program, you need to be in the pool to be eligible for this program. So once you have a nomination from Saskatchewan under this stream, and you're already in the pool to start with, you just need to add your points. Okay, so I didn't mention earlier, once you get a nomination from a province, that's automatically 600 points. So you adding 600 points to your to the already points you have in your express entry, that's going to be okay. Let's paint a scenario. For instance, factoring your age, your work experience, your let's say IELTS, English Nigerians, IELTS, that's language proficiency, and then your education. Let's say altogether, your score point is let's say around 410. Yeah, for instance, and the cutoff mark for that stream in the pool is about 430. Yes, and you have 110. You need 20 more points. Let's say, for instance. So once you get a nomination from a province, let's say, for instance, you get a nomination for this particular stream, and you're already in the pool, which is a total of which is 600 points, automatic of 600 points. Once you add it to your 410 points, that's going to be around 1,010 points, which is more than enough points for you to get an invitation to apply. The express entry pool, which is a point-based system, is very competitive. So having 110 points is like a very big increase in your chances to obtain an invitation to apply in the express entry pool for permanent residency. So we've under the Saskatchewan, we've talked about the international skilled add to fill program and also the human capital pilot program. So you might be wondering, what's the difference between these two programs, because they want to somehow sound alike. Trust me, they are not alike, though they are both designed to attract skilled workers to the province of Saskatchewan, but they have distinct features and targets different from profiles of applicants. To start with, for the international skilled add to fill pilot program, like I earlier mentioned, you would require a pre-approved job offer in a specific occupation listed in that pilot list. Also, for this list, like I earlier mentioned, they have lower educational requirements. So if you have diploma, that is HND or ND, you are good to go for this particular pilot stream. Then lower English proficiency. So if you don't meet up to the score band, of let's say 8.0, let's say for instance you have 4.0, so you are good to go for this particular pilot stream. And also under this international skilled add to fill pilot program, you don't need to be in the pool, so there is no minimum comprehensive ranking score you need to meet up to be eligible for this particular stream. While on the other hand, the human capital pilot stream, it requires for you to have an existing express entry profile. That is for you to be in the pool already, and also requires you meet a minimum comprehensive ranking score, which can be lower than the national cutoff mark, like I earlier said, and also requires at least the national occupation classification skill level work experience. Like I earlier said, one of the list of the occupation listed on the national occupation classification is managerial positions. So if you have work experience in that field, you are good to go to apply for this particular pilot program. Also, language proficiency. Once you meet the requirement, you are good to go for this program. So what's the application process like? That's the difference. For the international skilled add to fill program, you know that you need a valid job offer from an employer in Canada. Without this job offer, you are not eligible for this pilot program. So that's one for it. And also, application process also, it tends to be faster compared to the human capital pilot program, where you have the express entry pool based and requires you to have a valid profile in the federal pool and an invitation for the particular provincial nominee based on specific criteria. So who are these pilot programs targets? For the international skills add to fill pilot program, they target individuals with skills and experience in specific occupations facing labor shortage in Saskatchewan. So some of the occupations facing labor shortage in Saskatchewan is that of transportation, construction, engineering, and the like. So once you are in this field, you are good to go for this international skilled add to fill pilot program. And also, they also tend to target candidates with lower educational qualifications or language proficiency compared to the human capital program. So moving on, for the human capital pilot program, who are the target applicants for this stream? The target applicants are skilled workers with broader occupational background as long as they meet the national occupational classification skill level requirements. Like I earlier said, if you are in the managerial position and all other professional positions, you're going to go for these skills for this pilot program. Also, the target applicant for this human capital pilot program is also existing persons in express entry. That's those who have profiles already in express entry and they have potential candidates for higher scores in the comprehensive ranking system scores. So please, I would appreciate you dropping questions. If you have questions on whatever is being said so far, kindly drop them so I address them. Okay, so speaking of the express entry, yes, you know, you must have you've been hearing me since I started all of this pilot program talking about the express entry, the pool, and everything. So the Canadian Express Entry is an online system used by the Canadian government to manage applications for permanent residents from skilled workers and professionals under three main programs. So aside from these pilot programs, right, the Express Entry on its own have three main programs which you can go through. So what's the difference between this express entry program and the provincial pilot programs? What the difference is, the express entry, once you get an invitation to apply via express entry, which is federal program, you would not be limited to working in a particular province. So once you get an invitation to apply via express entry, you can work in any province within Canada. However, once you get a provincial a nomination from a province, a particular province, via its pilot program or its provincial nominee program, you will be required to work in only that province. For instance, if you get permanent residency or or a nomination or an invitation to apply to this program via let's say the Ontario provincial stream, you will be limited to just that province. You stepping out of that province to another province to work is going to be a breach. You understand? It's going to be a breach of your permanent residency with that particular province. So that's the difference between the express entry and the provincial nominee program. So under the express entry, we have three main programs, which are the Federal Skilled Worker Program, we have the Canadian Experience Class, and as well the Federal Skilled Trade Program. Those are the three programs managed under this express entry system. So what is the Federal Skilled Worker Program? So this program is designed to attract skilled workers with work experience in occupations in high demand in Canada. So what are these high demand occupations? Like earlier mentioned, if you're in a managerial position, if you're in the healthcare line, engineering, if you are in the information technology sphere, that's tech, yes, those are occupations in high demand in Canada. And so on, if you're in construction also, you are good to go as construction management and the likes. If you're in human resource, or if you're, let's say, a human resource manager or a professional, yeah, you are good to go for this particular stream. So moving on, we have the Canadian Experience Class managed under this program. The Canadian Experience Class is designed for persons with Canadian work experience. So if let's say you've once worked in Canada, or let's say as an international student, in Canada, you've earned work experience in Canada, and then you return back to your country and you intend to return via permanent residency route, that's express entry, you can consider this particular stream, which is for persons with Canadian work experience. That is to say, if you do not have a Canadian work experience, you are not eligible for this Canadian Experience Class program. Moving on, we have the Federal Skilled Trade Program. So this program is designed to attract skilled workers in trade occupations who meet specific requirements. So if you are, let's for instance, a carpenter, a chef, hairdresser, seamstress, you can consider this Federal Skilled Program. So what are the eligibility requirements as a Nigerian for this program? So before I delve into the key requirements, you should know that for this program, points are awarded via the comprehensive ranking system. Yeah, so what is the comprehensive ranking system? The comprehensive ranking system is a points-based system used by the Canadian government to rank profiles of immigration candidates in the express entry pool. So you've created your express entry profile, you are in the pool. There are certain factors that are put in place to consider awarding you points, yes, for to meet up with the cutoff mark for the express entry. So for instance, we have age as a factor for the comprehensive ranking system. We have age. And like I earlier mentioned, for that of the provincials, it's almost the same. If it is more ideal for persons between the age of 18 to 30, that is not to say that persons above 30 are not qualified. You just need to know that if 20 points is the maximum points awarded to persons within 18 to 30, you should know from 30, 35 upward, the points will gradually drop. So let's say, for instance, if you are aged 44, you will be looking at a very low score in terms of this age factor. Also, we have the education factor. If you have post-secondary education, either diploma, certificates, degree, just make sure they are up to par with the Canadian standard. You are good to go. You will be awarded points. But bear in mind that persons with highest level of education, let's say PhD, are those who are awarded the maximum score points. Moving on, we have work experience. So for the work experience, you must have a minimum of 1 year continuous skilled work experience in the past 10 years. So what is this saying? In the past 10 years, you must have had at least 1 year, 1 full year, no gap here, just 1 full year of skilled work experience in the occupation listed in the National Occupation Classification list. Moving on, so we have the official language proficiency. For Canada, it is either English or French. So as a Nigerian, if you are kind of fluent in French, you can take the French test, or if it's English, you can take IELTS. I know a lot of persons are scared of taking IELTS, but trust me, it is not all that hard. Once you prepare yourself towards your exam, you are good to go. So for the language, you are required to meet the maximum score points, that's score band, that's 8.0 across all 4 tests in that IELTS. So also you must show settlement funds, that's proof of funds. You must show that you have sufficient funds to support yourself, and if you intend going with your spouse or with your spouse and children, yes, you must have sufficient funds to support yourself and your dependents. So you should also note that for the Federal Skilled Worker Program and the Federal Trade Program, you do not need a job offer. You having a valid job offer is not mandatory for you under under the Federal Skilled Worker Program and the Federal Trade Program. Unlike that of the provincial pilot programs where you need to have a valid job offer from a pre-approved employer, a pre-approved Canadian employer. However, if you want to boost your chances, that is your score points in the pool, you having a job offer can also help. It is not mandatory, but if you have a job offer, it also help in boosting your points, your comprehensive ranking points up to about 50. So in the pool, you the science, sorry, 50 points is awarded for job offers, though it is not mandatory, but if you have a job offer, 50 points is awarded for that. Aside from the four major factors, we have other additional factors that can earn you points, which job offer I just mentioned is a part of. If you have siblings in Canada, it's an additional point for you. If you have a Canadian work experience, it's an additional point for you. If you have a Canadian degree, be it certificate, program, or diploma, or BSc or masters and the likes, it can boost your points also. So what are the required documents for this express entry? You should know that you need a valid international passport, you need medical examination results, you need police clearance, you must keep a very clean and clear criminal record, must have a very clean and clear criminal record. You must have your educational credentials. So if you state, for instance, in the pool on your educational section that you have a BSc from, let's say, a university here in Nigeria, you must be able to prove that. You must provide them your certificates to the effect of that. And also you must prove your work experience. So if you say here in Nigeria, you've been working with certain companies, you must be able to provide your employment letters. You must also get a reference letter rather from the place of work. And if you are still working with the company, as at when you are applying, you should also have your pay slips from the company and your salary accounts. They have proofs of work experience and all. Also, proof of language proficiency. That is your IELTS. Once you take the test and all, there's always a score back letter they give to you. So you can also use that in proving. Then proof of funds. For this, that's your bank statement, and you must also get a reference letter from your bank and all that. So additional documents, the supporting document you can, if you're married, your marriage certificates with children, birth certificates, and the like. So that is it for today. I will be attending to questions. Kindly send in your questions regarding all that has been said, or if you are on our WhatsApp channel and you're more persons that voted for topics to read for a particular week and you need clarity regarding it, you can also drop your questions in the chat box and I'll be replying to them. Okay, so we have 8 more minutes to round up with this. So I'll be using the remaining 8 minutes to attend to questions. Attend to questions with the 8 minutes remaining. Please drop your questions. Drop your questions. Okay, so please, when I mean drop your questions, I don't mean you dropping your immigration issues. I don't mean you dropping your refusals or questions regarding your refusals. And or if you want that to be addressed, kindly visit our website or visit us on Instagram. Yeah, for that. I'm waiting for questions. Okay, Money Minds Library. Okay, so as a business owner, you can try considering the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program, as it's aimed to attract skilled workers, entrepreneurs, and international students. Sorry. Okay. Ma. Okay, so no other questions. No other questions. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us today on our live session for the Migration Book Club. We would be hosting our second live YouTube session next month, last Saturday next month. Yes, that would make it to you. Section now. Questions? No questions for now. Okay, no problem. Without any further ado, I will be ending this live stream. So thank you very much for joining us today. I look forward to meeting you all in the next live session. Bye.